the charade surrounding Nnamdi Kanu's trial and why greed can never derail IPOB. A few days ago, Mr. Emmanuel Kanu, the younger brother to the IPOB leader, revealed after his routine visit to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu at the DSS headquarters in Abuja that the IPOB leader had expressed deep dissatisfaction over his resumed trial. According to him, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu maintained that not only was the trial illegal from the onset, but that the landmark Court of Appeal judgment delivered on October 13, 2022, had put a final nail in the coffin of the case in line with the provisions of Nigerian law. Recall that following this judgment, the IPOB Directorate of State, DOS, summed up the situation with the now popular catchphrase, "discharged and acquitted." Consequently, IPOB declared a loss of absolute confidence in the Nigerian judiciary, particularly after the politically motivated stay of execution order which effectively nullified the unconditional release of their leader, just 2 weeks after that historic ruling. The IPOB leadership emphasized that the Biafra self-determination cause, the very reason Mazi Nnamdi Kanu remains incarcerated, is not a legal matter, but a political one. They insisted that both IPOB and its leader had exhausted all legal channels in good faith, even after his extraordinary rendition from Kenya in violation of local and international laws and treaties. The Nigerian government, IPOB argued, is the party guilty of lawlessness and disregard for international obligations. Yet, for reasons best known to certain actors, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was ill-advised to submit to this renewed illegal cycle of trial and to dismiss the very attorneys who secured the landmark judgment in his favor. Now, 2 years later, the chickens have come home to roost. Those who manipulated their way to the center, driven by insatiable greed for position, power, or wealth, and who promised a swift path to freedom, have failed woefully. Worse still, they have lost the trust of the IPOB leader they once convinced to believe in them. But the further disgusting things is that, rather than taking responsibility, these individuals have chosen to shift blame to those they previously pushed aside. In a desperate attempt to cover up their failures, they have resorted to lies, fabrications, and deception, creating pseudo-names, fictitious groups, and even using photos of foreign government officials as supposed intellectuals supporting their narrative. One striking example of this charade is the recent series of press releases attributed to a non-existent Njoku Jude Njoku, presented as a legal expert representing Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, when in reality this fabricated identity used the photo of none other than Sir James Cleverly, a well-known British politician and former UK Foreign Secretary who currently serves as the Shadow Secretary of State for Housing, Communities, and Local Government. How convenient, isn't it? That a prominent British politician would supposedly double as Njoku Jude Njoku, issuing statements blaming Ifeanyi Ejiofor and Mike Ozacombe for the current legal setbacks. Such deception is not only laughable, but insulting to the intelligence of Biafrans. Since the resumed illegal trial of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu 4 months ago, we have seen a proliferation of mushroom, non-existent groups with ambiguous names, churning out hollow press statements, and even impersonating IPOB's media and publicity secretary. One must ask, why are these individuals so determined to destroy everything? Why resort to outright lies, even to the extent of using a British politician's photo to deceive the people? Why can they not take responsibility for their failures instead of scapegoating innocent individuals? The struggle for Biafra self-determination is a genuine people's quest for survival, not a playground for selfish opportunists seeking pecuniary gains. Those who attempt to exploit a cause built on blood, pain, and sacrifice for personal enrichment will not escape accountability. No matter how cleverly they disguise their deceit, the truth will always prevail. They should be assured that their deception and greed can never derail IPOB. Family Writers Press International.